look episode because it's rare when we get something so expansive and poignant that it covers our world completely and others in the exact same blanket in one breath. Check out the video. Echo chambers, the creation of personality-mirrored online experiences. These have amplified formerly minimally invasive aspects of the prisoner's dilemma, launching them into having major roles in everyday life. And since it has been the major hurdle of our community for years, it is now humorous to see it happening in large-scale politics and culture as well. Now, when I want to know more about the math and science behind these issues, what else would I do? I go to the journals. This well-timed article in Nature details a number of things that will sound very familiar to those who have ever tried to, say, have a climate discussion, and now applies more broadly. Now, what we have is information gerrymandering, and its root lies at the core of things like algorithms and marketing techniques of both sides. It's now an all-parties tool that has left us unable to come up with a consensus, and the scary part is that this condition may not be able to be overcome. We saw this take shape with both sides of politics claiming shenanigans on Facebook last election, and for our community, you might recognize it as us being accused of being oil shills for the climate arguments. And now to understand this, we have to learn more about information gerrymandering, and it's partly our fault when it comes to the mainstream side of things. The key sign is the ultra-polarization of the discourse, to where it seems like the middle ground is disappearing, logic and compromise is disappearing, and party, policy, or dogmatic loyalty is seen as more valuable than debate, different ideas, and open-mindedness. Because the opposition to climate change is seen as pro-oil, this polarization harms the middle ground, our position, and all sensible attempts to overcome emotion with facts. Then, they notice that the will of the people begins to fail. The prisoner's dilemma kicks in hard, and the benefits of finding a consensus are outweighed by the passion for one selected preference. This is causing the now widespread all-or-nothing risk and lack of compromise that has overtaken political reporting, online media, etc. It also works against any open-mindedness in our realm. It becomes a more emotional and passionate position, and all of this is reinforced by our own online proclivities. When it was just TV news and a bit of newspaper leaning, it wasn't so bad, but now the majority of the majority's interactions are more and more echo chamber mirrors of their own personalities and their wants and beliefs. This effectively takes out all dissenting voices, ones that could offer other explanations or new ideas, and reinforces the voice in your head like an echo, forming a picture of reality that looks very much like yourself. Now, when I read this full paper, it was amazing how many times I forgot I was reading a piece about politics. This is what we've been living every day, trying to run down the middle of the road, and having the majority of attacks against us fall into the realm of misidentification, seeing us as one of the extreme polarized sides, rather than having any substance. And it also makes me wonder if we are reaching any new people randomly on the internet, or if we just catch the people skewing this way to begin with. And what does this say for your Twitter and Facebook feeds, your YouTube feeds, and your favorite people that you follow? If you are strongly right or left, you need to realize the stuff you see in your feed is hidden from the other side, but it's replaced with equally incendiary and polarizing stories against your side. These end up pushing us more and more into the echo chambers and further away from being heard by the other side. Now, I may agree that unless something drastic happens, this split will keep the people divided further and further, and without the strength of consensus, well, it doesn't work out too well for the prisoners. Well, sadly, I do believe that the options at this stage are down.